Yeah.
So maybe we should get away from the procedural part of it and turn to some of the zoning and the planning part of it. I mean, in terms of, where you stand on how the town has been served by the current planning and zoning commission, and where you think that the town could do, if you're on the planning and zoning commission, where you would hope the town would move to in terms of your philosophy on planning and zoning, and what could be done better, or what the town's needs will be as you move forward.
And look, I've been canvassing, going door to door, and I have to say, when people are home and I tell them I'm running for planning and zoning, almost 100% of people have lots of thoughts about planning and zoning and all of the development that is going on in Wilton. There's a ton of development going on in Wilton, and I don't think necessarily that development is a bad thing, right? You don't want to be one of those towns that is having to close schools because there's a declining population. I wish that there was, and again, I don't mean to keep harping on this, but I think part of the problem and why people are so upset is that they had no idea that any of these proposals had been approved. And then all of a sudden, there's a humongous multifamily unit between our post office and our library. I think, again, if people are allowed to comment, at least they'll feel like their voice had been heard. I think that we need a better approach to affordable housing. Only requiring 10% when we're only at around 4. Obviously, we know that will never get us to the 10% threshold. Why can't we require more? I also think that we can do a better job with our downtown area. I know that the new development that's going, the Kimco one that's going in where the Starbucks is, that, if I understand correctly, is not going to have any retail in the bottom. The bottom
Going to have some.
level is going to be a parking lot, right? A parking garage.
No, the Kimco one is going to, the back building won't have
The
retail,
back building won't.
but the front building definitely will have retail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's great. I mean, I think it's great that we are obviously people are liking the development, right? There's the one argument for it because it increases our tax base and it brings more people into Wilton. But are they then going to have to leave Wilton to go out to eat or to go to a bookstore or to go clothes shopping? I'd like to see us have more local businesses, a more vibrant downtown area. I have heard from other residents that they find the retail lease is too expensive or out of reach. I obviously I don't know that planning and zoning has much control over that, though I believe the town does own some of those buildings in the center of town.
The
I
town
believe.
owns the town green building,
Mhm.
and the town green, but the management is completely, they are in a contract with a management company that has total control over that. The town has no say over rents or any of that
Okay.
kind of management.